So we're starting in Shavasana for my ladies at home. So when you're ready, come onto your back and let your arms come down by your side. Let your eyes close. And just soften into your space here. The sanctuary that you have created for yourself. Whether it's physically in the room, here with me, or at home, the same opportunity exists. And then we're gonna reach the arms all the way over the head. So you're gonna stretch nice and long. Good. Reach all the way from the fingers to the toes, like you're just waking up. And then hug your knees into your chest. And just circle things around a little bit. So circling to the right a couple times, circling to the left. And then set the feet gently to the floor, just underneath your knees. And spread your toes. And then press your toes back to the mat. And as you inhale, you're gonna lift the hips. Good. And as you exhale, you're gonna lower the hips all the way down. So let this be a moving meditation for you. Inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips. And then exhale, lower the hips down. Good. Two more. Inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips. And exhale, lower down. Good. One more. Inhale, lift the hips. This time, let's stay. So walk your arms maybe underneath you a little bit, perhaps working towards clasping the hands. Thighs are parallel. So just imagine you have a block in between your thighs. And then let's lower that all the way to the floor. And let your knees draw into your chest. And float your knees all the way over to the right. Arms are gonna come in a T, head to the left. Gentle spinal twist here. And then draw your knees back to center and over to the other side and let your gaze change. So I sort of had a revelation a little bit last week. You know, we all have difficult relationships in our lives, right? We have a lot of complexities in the intricacies of our relationships, and they can be complicated. Draw your knees back to center and cross your right knee over your left. So you're gonna come into Gomukhasana. So the knees are gonna cross and you're gonna grab your ankles with your hands. Good. And just softly draw the knees in maybe a little towards your chest, accessing the hips. And when we have a difficult relationships, when we're hurt, when we're scared, when we have fear, we oftentimes get really angry. And that anger can overtake us. It really can. And I had that recently with a family member of mine. So cross and recross. So bring the opposite knee on top. Somebody who was hurting me and hurting other people in my family. And I just felt this like overwhelming anger. And I realized that it was like spilling out into other parts of my life, which is what happens sometimes because we walk around with that. And I started to meditate on it a little bit. and I was taking this Dharma class about forgiveness. And we all hear this idea that forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you, right? And there's so much truth to that, but not in the way that I always thought. So draw your knees back. You're gonna interlace your hands behind your head to start. And you can decide if you wanna keep them like this or you wanna line them alongside you, but we're gonna bicycle the legs. So straighten the right leg and then switch. Left leg straightens, right knee in. Right, left knee in, right leg straightens. Now, if you want a little more challenge, you're gonna reach the arms alongside you, which is gonna bring the upper abdominals in a little more. If your neck needs some support, then just bring those hands back. Right. We are pedaling it up. We are bicycling the legs and breathe. So we have this opportunity for forgiveness. But forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean letting your guard down. It doesn't mean setting yourself up to get hurt again, which is what I kind of realized last week. It can be difficult when you're an all or nothing person. Like you're going to give it all or you're going to give none of it, right? But there are stages along the way here. Okay, so we're gonna reverse. So knee that was straight and then straighten the other one and then reverse it out, okay? Yep, couple more. I know this is probably burning a little bit, but probably get stronger sometimes. All right, last one. Knees are gonna draw into your chest. Whew. And we're gonna rock back and forth until we rock all the way through onto our hands and knees. So cross at the ankles, come onto your hands and knees. And inhale, we're gonna arch the spine, and exhale, we're gonna round. So find your cat cow. So this quote is where our theme is today, and I'll go a little deeper into it, but it says, our failure to know joy is a direct reflection on our inability to forgive. So we have this opportunity, and we do it in the body, right? We're very forgiving on the mat. Because we know if we spend the whole class focusing on what doesn't feel good, then we've cheated ourselves out of this bigger experience. So the same is true off the mat. If we spend all our time being angry and protecting ourselves and creating this wall around us, then we're actually cheating ourselves out of the joy along the way. Okay, next time you come to neutral spine, you're gonna walk both your arms over to the right side. So we do this a lot in child's pose, but we're doing it on our hands and knees. So you're gonna come all the way around, tense the fingers, but stay higher on the knees than you might do if you were in child's pose. And then we're gonna walk it back to center, and we're gonna walk it all the way around to the other side. So what I realized in my own life is that my anger for this person, my wall that I was putting up to protect myself from this person, was actually spreading out into my family, my relationships with my family, the rest of my family. Bring your hands back. And then from here, we're gonna straighten the right leg behind us and tip into that side plank variation that we often do at the beginning of class. So float the left foot out like a kickstand, plant the right leg down, right arm up. If you want it over the ear, go ahead, gaze up to the sky, nice and long. And then come on back and we'll do the other side. So float the right leg out in like a kickstand, left leg straight, right arm up. Sorry, left arm up and over, nice and long. Good, if you want to lift the leg, go ahead. So when we practice releasing blame or forgiveness, we actually find our own lightness. Bring your hands and your knee back. Inhale, we're gonna arch the spine. And then as you exhale, we're gonna round, curl the toes under, press back into a downward dog. We will pedal it out through the feet, do whatever you need to do here. So it's not about blame or judgment, it's about forgiveness. And what we do when we release blame and hatred and anger, we trade it in for the freedom and the lightening of our own hearts. So what I realized was I had to detach, or I had to forgive, not because I think this person's amazing or what they did was amazing, or I'm over it, or I'm done and I've forgotten about it, but because it was not serving me anymore. And sometimes we hold on to that anger because we think it's going to protect us from something. But what does it take from us is the question. As you inhale, we're going to roll forward to a plank. And as you exhale, we're going to roll right back to downward dog. So if you can, as you roll forward to plank, think about mobilizing the vertebrae of the spine. Yep, good. Come forward to your plank and then roll right back. So keep the hips lifted, Rebecca, if you can. Good. One more. Inhale, roll forward to your plank. Good. You can, and then exhale it back, downward dog. Okay, right leg is going to lift nice and high. So flex the foot, lift the leg. And we're going to bend that knee and draw it all the way to the nose. So roll forward just like you did, but the knee is going to come to the nose. We're going to hold it here. It's like that bicycle. And then step the right foot in between your hands and drop your back knee all the way to the mat. As you inhale, we're going to float the arms up and over the head, softening the shoulders. Knee is going to move out towards the pinky toe side of your foot a little bit more. Good. Relax the shoulders, Jody. Good. And then as you exhale, set the hands down. As you inhale, we're going to float back to three-legged dog. So float that right leg, just backing up. Let's stack the hip now. So bend your knee and let that hip stack. Breathe here. And bring your hips back, step the right foot down. We're going to switch and lift the left. Inhale. As you exhale, that knee is going to draw to the nose. We're going to round it forward. We're going to hold it there for that extra second, like that bicycle. And then step the left foot in between your hands, drop your back knee, float the arms all the way up. Soften the shoulders, lifting through the chest. So we have this opportunity to practice here. It's forgiveness, right? First, we have to forgive ourselves. To let go of that judgment, that anger, that frustration that we hold on to for ourselves, because it robs us of joy. Hands come down. We're going to float to three-legged dog. Let's stack the left hip on top of the right. So bend the knee, press into the hands. Keep the shoulders tracking forward. And set the foot down. Inhale, we're going to come high on our toes. Exhale, knees are going to bend. Hop, step, and float the feet to the hands. Inhale, find your flat back here, so lengthen. Exhale, we're going to forward fold at the head. Go. Roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. Keep the belly drawing in. Slowly roll it up. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Set your intention. Who do you need to forgive today? Not for them, but for you. And when we process that, why are we angry? Why are we fearful? All of a sudden, it gives us the gift of forgiveness. And we set boundaries. We don't have to just open ourselves right back up. So we're not walking around with that negativity anymore. Inhale, bring the arms around and up. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, we're gonna find our flat back here, so lengthen. Exhale steps you back through plank chaturanga. Remember, part of forgiving yourself or being forgiving is starting here on the mat. What do you need to skip? Step back to downward dog. And how do you approach that without judgment? Because what happens is when we forgive someone else, there are ripples that occur. So it doesn't mean magically you're going to be in this perfect relationship again. I have no illusion of that. But it shifts something energetically in the world, creates shifts and ripples that lead in other directions. So we have that power. Inhale, high on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come all the way around and out, palms touch. Exhale, hands come back to your heart. And again, to Namaskara A. Inhale, arms around. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, lengthen here. Exhale, flows you through plank chaturanga. Skip what you need to. Inhale, high cobra, chest lift. Exhale, brings you back, downward dog, 5 breaths. So I love that idea, just like when we come here on the mat, right? We come here, we bring our stuff, and then we shed it, we let it go. And when we leave, we're open. We're open in body, we're open in mind and spirit and heart. It's the same thing with forgiveness. When we release blame and hatred, we treat it in for this freedom and lightening of our hearts. And that sends out this ripple effect into the universe. Inhale, high on the toes. Exhale, knees are gonna bend. Hop, step, float the feet to the hands. Inhale, find your flat back here, so lengthen. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold, let the head go. Inhale, sit into your chair, Utkatasana. Looking for those heels, softening the shoulders, drawing the belly in. Good. As you exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, find your flat back here, so lengthen. Once again, move through your vinyasa, whatever that looks like for you today. You decide. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale it back, downward dog. Let's let the right leg lift nice and high. As you exhale, bend your knees, draw to your nose. We're gonna round through, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee. As you inhale, float those arms all the way up to the sky. Let's soften the shoulders here. Good. Interlace the hands behind the head. Let the elbows point out to the side. Rest your head in your hands. And then as you exhale, we're going to curl and round over the front knee. Good. Again, inhale, come all the way back. Exhale, we're going to round. Good. Again, inhale it back. And exhale, curl and round. Good. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, curl and round. Good. Step the hands down in front of your foot. Curl your back toes under. Float the right leg up, three-legged dog. And bring it all the way back. Good. And as you exhale, we're going to draw that same knee back to the nose. So bring it forward. Hold it like the bicycle. And then step the foot in between your hands. We're going to come up into a high crescent lunge now. Arms reach up. Squeeze your inner thighs towards your midline. Knee moves out towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Good. So you're working the outside of the thigh. Now as you inhale, you're going to straighten the front leg. As you exhale, you're going to bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. One more. Inhale. And exhale, this time the inside, the left hand's gonna come down, right arm's gonna reach up to the sky, find your twist. Good. And bring the top hand down. So come to plank. Sorry, I'm having a music issue. And lower through chaturanga. What happened? Why did you not connect to my speaker anymore? All right, making your way back. And just my speaker died. Right. Second side. So left leg's gonna lift as you inhale. As you exhale, bend the knee. We're gonna draw it to the nose, hold it here, and step the foot in between the hands. Good. As you drop your back knee, inhale, bring the arms all the way up. And then we're going to interlace the hands behind the head and let your elbows point out. Good. And as you exhale, we're going to curl and round. And as you inhale, we're going to lift. Good. As you exhale, we're going to curl and round. You got it. As you inhale, we're going to lift. And again, exhale, curl and round. Let's see if it works. Inhale, lift. Last one, exhale, curl and round. Set the hands all the way down. And we're going to float the leg back to three-legged dog. So come all the way up. We're getting a lot of hip flexor action today. Draw the left knee back towards your nose. Step this foot in between the hands. We're coming up into our high crescent lunge now. Arms reach up. And then we're going to straighten the front leg. And then bend it. Inhale brings us to straightening. Exhale, we'll bend. Inhale. And exhale. Good, last one. Inhale. As you exhale, right hand down, left arm up. Let's twist. So how do we find that forgiveness in the body? We know how this works, right? If we spend the whole time focusing on what's wrong, what doesn't feel perfectly, what isn't working, and we cheat ourselves out of everything that is. Top hand comes down. Inhale, step to your plank. If you want a vinyasa, take it. Skip it if you don't. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale brings you back, downward dog. We're gonna lengthen here. 5 breaths. Good, pressing the heels towards the mat. Spreading through your fingers. Reminding yourself what your trade is, right? We have to let things go in order to get other things. So we let go anger and blame. We find freedom and lightning in the heart. Sounds like a good trade to me. Inhale, high on your toes, please. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, float the feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back here. Exhale, forward fold, head hang. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana, sit back into the heels, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flows us all the way through plank, chaturanga. Skip it if you want. Remember your intention for your practice today. So let something go, forgiveness. Come back to downward dog. Plant the left foot, step the right foot forward. We're just coming to warrior one. 5 breaths here. So ground the back heel down. Yeah. And then rock your left hip towards me. Beautiful. And you too, if you can angle your back foot a little more forward, other forward. You got it. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Inhale, we'll meet in downward dog. You decide how you get there. Use your breath. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale brings you back downward dog, lengthen. Second side, we're gonna plant the right foot, step the left foot forward, warrior one, 5 breaths here. What's the trade, right? What do we need to soften into and forgive in our bodies in order to find that lightness? It's a trade that we're making that serves only us. As you exhale, hands come to the mat. As you inhale, moving through a vinyasa or not, you decide. Use your breath. Watch your shoulders forward of your wrists, so just scoot your feet back a touch. Come onto the tops of your feet. Yep, and then scooch them back an inch. Yeah, okay, that's better. Good. Find your way back down or dog. Okay, right leg's gonna lift nice and high. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the knee, draw to the nose, hold it there like our bicycle, and then step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee. Good. Inhale, arms are gonna reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands come to the heart, we're gonna twist. So how do we release, right? We want to wring our spine out like a sponge. Then we create all this space. When we let go of that tightness, that anger, that hatred, that frustration, that fear, then we find this space in its place. If you can, you're going to curl those back toes under and lift the back knee. You got it. Good. All right, as fun as that was to lift the knee, we're going to lower it now. And then bring the arms back up onto the neck. All right, exhale, hands come to the mat. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee. Float your right leg back, three-legged dog. And then that knee comes back to the nose. Step the foot. We're in our high lunge now. You got it. Shoulders are soft. Knee bends in. Back leg works towards straightening. Good, Nikki. And then arms are going to come out like airplane wings. So I want you to think about the chest lifting like a cobra. And we're going to come into airplane. So how we feel so light when we are flying up above the air. So think about that as you lift, right? No worries, no cares. We're just soaring above it all. But we're going to windmill it open to warrior two. So plant the back foot, windmill the arms open. Turn them palms up to the sky and reverse your warrior. Stay nice and bent through your front knee. And then your right forearm will find its way onto your right thigh, and left arm's gonna reach up. If you want to, you could do those big circles with your arms circling down and up until you find opportunity for the arm to settle over the ear. Good. There's always more. If you want it, that bottom arm can reach forward too, if you feel like working into the abdominals a little more today. And breathe here. Let's find half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So right hand's gonna come down in front of right foot. Or on a block, left arm reaches up maybe to the sky, or the hand just hangs out on your hip. That's an option too. Good job. Grounding into that big toe. Top hand is gonna come down. And we're gonna bend that right knee and step the left foot behind us. Sorry. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up to the sky, find your twist. And we're gonna get into the IT band a little bit. So come to the pinky toe edge of your left foot and the pinky toe edge of your right foot. As you inhale, the left hip lifts and the arm floats over the ear. As you exhale, the hip lowers and the arm reaches behind. Inhale, lift the hip, float the arm over the ear. Exhale, lower the hip, bring the arm back behind you. Couple more. Inhale. How do we find forgiveness? Well, we need to get into those deeper crevices in the body that we store all that stuff. The IT band, the TFL, those are some of those places. Okay, float the right hand around. You're going to meet in downward dog if you want your vinyasa. Go for it. Skip it if you do not. Up to you. Your practice. What do you need to do to cultivate forgiveness on your mat today? Okay, good to do that. Hold on, series on the second side. So left leg is going to lift. Inhale here. Exhale, that knee is going to draw to the nose, and you're going to hold it here in your plank with your knee to your nose. And then step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee, float the arms up. Hands come to the heart. We're going to twist. So we are bringing out the spine here. Right elbow outside left knee. Top elbow points up to the sky. Good. Inner thigh squeeze towards your midline. And just soften in to the space. We can't have it all, right? Can't walk around angry and protected and all these walls around us and be light and joyful. Can't do it. Curl the back toes on the lifted back knee. Squeeze through your right buttock. And then lower that back knee just like we lifted it. Yeah. Inhale, arms float up. Exhale, hands come to the mat. Inhale, come back to three-legged dog. So curl your back toes under, float the left leg all the way up. Good. And it's coming back, knee to the nose, step the foot in between your hands, lift up into your high crescent lunge. Inner thighs draw in towards each other. Back legs working towards straightening. Good. Arms come out like airplane wings. We're going to keep that chest nice and lifted. The heart is open. Start to bring your chest forward. Come into your airplane. Flexing the lifted foot, but keeping yourself light. So you are stable and grounded, but you are light as well. This is going to open us up to warrior two. So windmill it open, warrior two. Good. Turn your palms up and reverse your warrior. Standing into your front knee. Beautiful, Amy, my Nikki. You can even step your left foot forward a little. Yeah. And then left arm's going to come to left thigh. Right arm's going to reach up. And then we're going to do those circles maybe. So right arm circles down. Inhale it back up. Exhale, bring it forward and down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. And then maybe this time it's going to stay. So nice and long. You decide if you want to reach both arms forward and bring a little more work into the abdominal. And we're going to float it into half moon. So left hand comes down to the floor to a block. Right leg lift, gazing up to the sky. That top hand's going to come down now. So we'll be in a standing split just for a moment. We're going to bend the left knee, set the right toes long behind you. Right hand stays inside, left arm reaches up. So we're twisting, but we're adding that IT stretch. So come to the pinky toe edge of the front foot and the pinky toe edge of the back foot. As you inhale, we're lifting the lower hip and floating the arm over the ear, the top arm. As you exhale, we're lowering it down, letting the left fingertips reach back towards the foot. Inhale it up. Exhale, lower. Good, couple more. Inhale. And exhale. Good, last one. Inhale it up. Exhale, lower. We're gonna swing that hand back around. We'll meet in a downward dog. And let's take 5 breaths here. So if you need a child's pose, go for it. Sometimes we feel like people have done unforgivable things, right? But when we dive deep, what is it that we are trying to protect ourselves from? Once we identify that, then we can approach boundaries from a mindful place, not a reactive place, not anger, but understanding. Okay, this person hurt me in this way, so I need to make sure that doesn't happen again. But there's a mindfulness to it. It's not just anger and lashing out. On your next inhale, we're going to come high on the toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, let's find our flat back here. Exhale, let's forward fold and come into a forward bend. So feet hip distance, hook your big toes, let your head hang. Shake it out. And breathe here. Shifting weight around in the feet, so we massage the bottoms of the feet a little bit, which makes a big difference here. Good. And then we're gonna sit into our chair again. So Utkatasana, sit into your chair. Good. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your flat back here. Exhale, make your way through plank, chaturanga, or skip it. You decide. Inhale, high cobra, heart's gonna lift. Exhale brings you back down our dog. Let's lengthen here. And inhale, right leg's gonna lift. Exhale, knee's gonna draw towards the nose. Step the foot in between the hands. Let's keep the back knee lifted. Inhale, arms reach all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, interlace the hands, elbows point out to the side, rest your head in your hands like a cradle, look up. As you exhale, we're gonna curl and round over the front knee. Yep, inhale again. Exhale, round. So we are mobilizing the spine in all ways today. We're extending and flexing, and we're lots of twisting. Look up, and exhale, round, so we can wring it out. We can get rid of that stuff that we're holding on to. Find the joy instead. Okay, next time you come forward, we're going to be in a diagonal line here with the hands behind, elbows out to the side. So think about airplane, but the hands are on the head. We're coming into our airplane here. Okay, squeezing the shoulder blades, activating the buttocks of the lifted leg. 2 more breaths here. All right, come on up. We're gonna hug the left knee up into the chest. We're twisting here. Right elbow outside left knee, or right hand outside left knee. Opposite hand behind. If you want to straighten the leg, feel free. I'm not going to today. Good, as you gaze forward, we're gonna step the lifted knee back. We're in our high lunge and we're twisting, hands to the heart, opposite elbow outside the knee. You got it. No matter what is coming at us, we get to choose. Our failure to know joy is a direct reflection on our inability to forgive. It was pretty dramatic for me when I realized, like, gosh, I really got to let go of this anger because it's totally taking over. And I did. I detached myself from it and everything became lighter. Hands to the mat. We're going to float the right leg up into 3-legged dog. Let's stack the hips. Good. Point. Keep the hands nice and grounded. And then step the right foot down next to the left. So we're in downward dog. Okay, left leg's gonna lift. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your knee, draw to your nose, round forward, hold it here. Step the foot in between the hands. Come on up, high crescent warrior. Shoulders are soft. Maybe the opposite threading of the hands as you interlace them behind your head, elbows out, rest the head in your hands. Exhale, we're gonna round curl, elbows in. Inhale, lift, set the head, keep the head in the hands. Exhale, we're gonna round forward. Inhale again, lift. Exhale, we're gonna curl and round. Good, one more, inhale. And then as you round, curl, squeeze those elbows in. Now we'll come back to that 45-degree line. So we're hinging here, thinking about it like airplane, but it's not. And lifting the right leg up, squeezing the right buttock, flexing the foot, but trying to keep the heart lifted at the same time. I know it's pretty intense. Good. As you lift the chest, you're gonna hug that right knee up into it. And prepare to come into the twist. So the opposite hand comes to the knee or the outside of the foot. You're gazing over that back shoulder, squeezing through the standing leg. And then we're bringing the gaze forward. We're floating the leg back once again. Hands are gonna come to the heart. Let's twist now. And breathe. Top elbow points up to the sky. Beautiful. Good job, guys. Computer guys. And then bring your hands down. We're floating to three-legged dog. Let's stack the hips. Breathe here. As we practice, as we work through this process on the mat to release blame and hatred and anger, we're trading it in. Hands, with foot comes down. We're gonna roll forward to plank as you inhale. And exhale, lower all the way to the mat, please. Good. Okay, hands are gonna stay right underneath the shoulders. Elbows are gonna squeeze in. A little bit more of this extension work in the spine. So chin stays tucked down, legs are gonna lift, inhale. Buttocks is soft, so your lower spine gets the work. Then we're gonna lift the chest, then the chin comes away. Then the hands might lift up. Beautiful, breathe here. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other, big toes towards each other. Beautiful, Rebecca. Exhale, lower it all down, right here to the mat. Arms float alongside you. Wiggle out your hips. Okay, arms are gonna reach forward now. Palms are gonna face each other. Chin stays tucked in. As you inhale, we're gonna lift the legs. We're gonna lift chest. We're gonna lift arms and then head. Yep, and then chin. Beautiful. Arms lift too. Arms are like airplane wings. So we're lifting here. Now we're gonna interlace the hands behind the head. Elbows out to the side. Press your head up into your hands. Draw your gaze forward. You got it. Awesome. Lower left ear to the mat. Just wiggle out your hips. Yeah, you can windshield wiper them. So we know life is all about choices, right? We can't have everything. So we have to trade, we have to choose. So we can choose with anger, blame, hatred, or we can choose with freedom and lightning. Seems like a pretty obvious choice, but it's hard because we don't realize that. When we're in it, it clouds us. It takes over. Just like here on the body, you show up in one place and you leave in another. It's like, what have you done? You've just traded some energy. We let go of that tension, that tightness, and you found lightness instead. Okay, so now one more of these. We're gonna bring the chin back to the chest. We're gonna bend the knees, grab your ankles with your hands. Good. Legs are gonna kick up into the hands. And from there, the chest will lift. Let the chin be lax. Yes, kicking the legs up, drawing the gaze forward, squeezing your thighs towards each other. You got it. Lift, lift, lift. Lower that all the way down. Come to a wide-legged child's pose, please. And we're going to come to downward dog. Okay. Right leg is going to lift. Inhale. Exhale, that knee draws to the nose as we shift forward, step the foot in between the hands. Inhale, you're going to reach the arms nice and high. Come into your crescent lunge. As you exhale, we're coming to our airplane, so arms out to the side, lift, hinge forward, we're light. Hey, we let go of so much. We're going to come in for landing and revolve half moon. So left hand floats its way down, right arm reaches its way up. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. You're going to find your way back to warrior 3, hands to the heart. Transition your way back up. Step the feet together, and we're going to be in an Utkatasana twist. So left elbow outside right knee. We're going to settle lower now, which means you're going to lift off the heels and come into the toes in your twist. We're in a Pashasana twist. Yeah, so bend your knees as much as you can. Come all the way low. Hips as low. Yep, knees are going to crack. All good. No worries. Good. Just air. So you can choose to stay here. If anybody wants to play with side Bakasana, now would be the time. So left hand comes to the floor, elbow to the knee. Right elbow to the hip. And then create that little shelf for your legs to rest on and maybe the feet lift. Good. So bring your, yeah, there you go. Good. Good, Rebecca. You got it. You go. Nice neck. Okay. Excellent. All right. We're going to slowly come into another forward bend. So slide your hands underneath your feet. Head shakes out. Yep. Do whatever you need to do here. We know what we practice here, we bring with us. So how do we practice this forgiveness? Letting go of whatever is not working in the body, so that it doesn't cheat us out of the rest of it. Okay. Into your Utkatasana when you're ready. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back here. Exhale, make your way through plank to chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale it back, downward dog, lengthen. Okay, left leg's gonna lift. Inhale. Exhale, knee to the nose, round through, hold it here, and then set the foot in between the hands. Inhale, come into your high crescent warrior. Exhale, bring your arms out like airplane wings. Here we go. We're flying again. So as we get lighter, we lift into that airplane. Flex the foot. Good, beautiful. We're going to come in for a landing and revolve half moon. So right hand comes down, left arm reaches up to the sky. Keep a bend in that standing knee if you need it. Right? Jody, reach your left arm up a little higher. Yeah. Good. Few more breaths here. And then we're going to bring the hands to the heart and shift your way up through to an Utkatasana. So sit into your chair and to the opposite side. So right elbow across the left knee. Sit in deeper into your squat. Eventually you're going to come into the toes and lift the heels and come into Pashasana. Yeah, beautiful. If you want to play with your arm balance here, let the right elbow settle outside the left knee, left elbow into the hip. Good. Here we go. Letting those arms be a shelf for your sides. Beautiful. Good, Rebecca. Good, Nick. Nice, Erica. Excellent. And then we will be in one final forward bend. So transition your way up into a forward bend. Turn your hands the other way. So the palms of your hands are going to be on the floor. And the tops of your hands are going to be underneath the soles of your feet. Yes. And then, yes, that's it. Knees can be as bent as you need them to be to try to get the hands under there because it's really good for your wrists. Just stretch them this way. Two more breaths here. Relax your neck, Rebecca. Let it go. Good. Release the hands from underneath the feet. Heel toe your feet back together. Sit into your chair. Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back. Exhale, flows us through if you want a vinyasa. If not, go right to downward dog. Using your breath, letting it be your guide. Plant the right foot, step the left foot forward. We're coming to warrior one. Arms reach up. Plant the back, ground the back heel down. You got it. Bring the hands behind your back. Interlace them. Roll the shoulder blades together. Look all the way up. As you exhale, we're going to fold either on top of or inside the thigh. Arms reaching off the back. Yeah. Breathe here. Let's set the hands down and walk them diagonally away from your front foot. So press into those hands. Good. And then walk them back, and you're going to straighten your right leg and come into triangle. Okay, so left arm's going to reach up to the sky. Press into the outer edge of the back foot and lift through your inner arch so you can really ground. And then imagine you're squeezing your legs towards each other, but they're not moving. So you're just engaging your adductors. Good. And then we're gonna set the hands down, bend into your right knee, walk your hands around, one on either side of your front foot. And then we're gonna straighten the legs. So we're coming into Parsvottanasana, which might mean you need to shorten your stance a little bit. And fold over the right leg. We're gradually working in a little bit of a semicircle. So from here, we're going to come into revolve triangle. So left hand can stay on the inside or outside of the foot. Drop your left hip down as you look up to the sky. Press into both feet. Float the arm up to the sky. We once again find that twisting opportunity to wring things out. What are we holding on to? What anger are we holding on to that is taking away our joy? What do we want to trade it in for? Okay, so while you're in your revolve triangle, now you're going to bend the right knee, drop the left knee, and come into Gomukhasana legs, right? So right knee's on top of left. So we're going to let the left arm reach up to the sky and come behind. Hand can come right in between where the shoulder blades are, can rest here. You could bring the right hand to the left elbow, or you can sweep it under and see if you have a bind today. If not, you can always grab your shirt to make a bind, stretching through the front of that right arm quite a bit. And then we're going to fold if you want to, if it's available. And breathe here. Lead with the chest, come on up. So we're gonna slide the left leg under and bring the right ankle to the left knee. So we're creating this ankle to knee situation. So make sure that the left ankle is stuck underneath the right knee, just as the right ankle is on the left knee. Make sense? Foot is hanging off. So your lower, you're good, Amy, just bring your lower leg forward, yep. So if your hips are super tight, your knee might be up here, no worries. Okay, so options from here. We have our normal option to maybe come forward if you feel like doing that. First, actually, let me say left would be stepping the left foot down. Okay, so this is a less intense version if you want. If you're looking to kind of put all these pieces together in a twist, you're gonna bring your hands to your heart, let the right forearm come into, or upper arm, come into the sole of your right foot and twist here. So it's up to you what you feel like today. There's also just a simpler twist, right hand into left foot, looking over the back shoulder. So the spine, the hips, the pelvis, that's where we hold a lot of our anger, resentment, fear. Okay, release that. We're going to cross the right knee over the left. Float over. Maybe you want to come through vinyasa, maybe not. We're going to meet in a downward dog, so you decide. Let's plant the right foot, step the left foot forward, warrior one. Arms are going to reach up. As you do that. All right, either left works. Interlace the hands behind your back, roll your shoulder blades together, look up. And we're going to fold it forward, humble warrior, let the head go. So once we realize why am I having trouble with this forgiveness? What am I afraid of? What am I protecting myself from? We can start to create appropriate boundaries or appropriate response from mindfulness, not from anger and reactivity. We can bow to that. Let the arms come down and then walk them diagonally away from the foot. So just press into the hands. And walk the hands back. So we're going to come from here into triangle pose. You guys doing the same side again? No. Okay, good. Make sure. Everyone was opposite. Okay. Triangle. Good. Pressing into the outer edge of the back foot, lift through the inner arch. So other way, Jody. Yeah. Yep. There we go. And then bring that top hand down. We're going to walk around into our Parsvottanasana. So you might need to shift that back foot a little bit. Folding over here. Good. So widen the distance between your feet. Yeah. See if that helps. There we go. And then we're going to keep going into revolve triangle now. So opposite hand comes inside or outside the foot. Drop your right hip down. So back heel, you want to step your back foot up a little closer and bring it out towards the edge of your mouth so that the heel can come down. Yes. Then you can really get into those hamstrings and glutes. Now the IT band. And now we're going to bend into the front knee, walk the hands around to the outside of the leg. Drop your back knee down, and you're going to have the opposite leg on top for Gomukhasana. So just make sure you're on the opposite leg. Good. Getting into that hip a bit. We're going to use the opposite arm up. Bend the elbow, hand comes to the middle of the back. Can stay here, other hand can come to the elbow or swing underneath and look for your bind. You decide from here if you want to come forward. So for this one, we're bringing the top knee to stack right over the bottom knee. Gomukhasana stands for open cow face pose. The knees stacked are the mouth of the cow. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I'm going with it. And let go of those hands. And then we're going to walk the bottom leg forward so that you can create that ankle to knee alignment. And it might mean that your knee is up here a bit. All good. It's just where you are in your hips today. And sometimes one side is really different than the other. So choice to stay here. This is the left option. So the right foot is down, left ankle onto knee. That's left. If you're looking for more, you can come forward here, or you can work into the twist. So left hand can come to the sole of the foot, or the upper arm can come to the sole of the foot, and we twist. Breathe here. 3 more breaths. We're gonna unravel that. And let's bring the feet together, knees out to the side. Good. Hands are gonna come to your ankles, elbows come towards your knees. Inhale, lengthen, exhale. We're gonna round up the head, drop. Okay, we're gonna curl a little bit. Knees at the head, come on up. We're gonna walk back onto the elbow. All the way onto your back. And then draw the knees together. Let the left leg straighten and hug your right knee into your chest. We're just gonna release out the hip flexors a little bit. All about stepping forward and back. Just soften here. And then lower the right leg down. Hug the left knee into your chest. Soften here. Send some forgiveness, some lightness into the body. And then release that. Plant both feet to the floor with the knees bent. We're going to come into one final back bend of your choice. So as you ground into the feet, lift your hips. You could come into bridge, come into full Urdhva Dhanurasana if you'd like. Good. Thighs are parallel. Good. And then we're going to lower all of that down. And once again, hug your right knee into your chest and float it across into a spinal twist. Gazing over the opposite shoulder. If you want to, you're going to bend the left knee and try to grab the left foot with your right hand. Little deeper quad and hip flexor stretch here. And then switch. So right leg is straight, left knee hugs into your chest. You're gonna bring that across for your spinal twist. Look over your left arm and then maybe bend the right knee and bring that left hand to the foot. It's up to you. Just adds a little bit of quad hip flexor stretch here. And slowly release that out. Draw your knees into your chest. Do those circles with your knees, releasing out the hips, the lower spine. And then begin to fold your way or lower your legs into Shavasana. Palms turn up, feet turn out. Our failure to know joy is a direct reflection on our inability to forgive. So bring yourself back to your intention for practice today. Was there someone off the mat you needed to extend some forgiveness to? Not for them, but for you. What do you need to trade in for that freedom and lightening of your heart? And with that forgiveness, we need to surrender the expectation that we're going to have this amazing, perfect reunion, right? Perfect ending. It's not what it's about. It's about the intention that we put out, the ripples that we create. Soften into your true practice. Maybe that forgiveness needs to be extended to yourself as well. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And reach your arms all the way over your head and just stretch fingers to toes. And then draw your knees into your chest. And slowly make your way onto your right side. And then find your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes and just sit in your perfect trade. You let go of anger, frustration, fear, hate, and you found lightness and joy in its place. Thank you for sharing that with me today on your mat and home. Namaste. Thank you, guys. Namaste, everybody. Nice to be back here again. Bye, guys.